Good day, I'm Caroline Brown-Thompson and this is your JIS News for Monday, September 23. The progress report on the first 3 years of Vision 2030 Jamaica will be available to the public soon. Program Director for Vision 2030 Jamaica, Richard Lumsden, made the revelation in a recent interview with JIS News. He said a public education program would also be rolled out so that persons could be updated on plans already implemented. In the meantime, Cabinet has signed off on the 2012 to 2015 medium-term framework, which sets out the priorities for the second 3-year period. Vision 2030 Jamaica is the country's first long-term national development plan aimed at making Jamaica the place of choice to live, work, raise families, and do business. Jamaicans are encouraged to promote accountability in government by using the Access to Information ATI Act. The law, which was passed in 2002, gives Jamaicans access to official government documents. Director of the ATI unit, Dr. Damian Cox, says it's an important tool of empowerment.
The Access to Information Act is important in terms of strengthening our democracy. It empowers members of the public to engage with the government in terms of policy, in terms of issues that are affecting their community.
The week of September 23 to 28 is being observed as International Right to Know Week under the theme Right to Know, Power to Change. As part of the week-long activities, a display will be mounted at the Halfway Tree Transport Center on Wednesday, September 25. For more information on those activities and the ATI Act, call 968-3166 or 968-8282, send an email to ati@cwjamaica.com or visit ati.gov.jm. Students in Portmore St. Catherine now have an easier commute to and from school. The recent launch of a pilot school bus program, which involves a group of public passenger operators, provides a more orderly service. Minister without portfolio in the Transport Ministry, Dr. Maurice Guy, lauded the operators involved, adding that they were upholding standards set out by the Transport Authority.
It signals a positive shift in our road use culture, a shift that affords or will afford our students a friendlier traveling environment, a safer journey to and from school, an anxious-free state of mind for parents whose child will be in the hands of known operators.
With the hurricane season still in full swing, government is ensuring that disaster response teams are properly equipped to carry out their duties. Cabinet has approved the repair of a Jamaica Defence Force helicopter to the tune of $3.4 million.
The JDF fleet of helicopters is a national strategic asset providing the nation with an important response capability in the event of disasters for relief, search and rescue, support for essential government services, law enforcement, and counter-narcotics operations.
The helicopter is expected to return to service by October. Prime Minister Portia Simpson Miller is on another high-level mission overseas. The Prime Minister left the island Monday to attend the 68th session of the United Nations General Assembly in the U.S. state of New York. While there, Mrs. Simpson Miller will also meet with the president of the Inter-American Development Bank and attend several high-level meetings with the UN Secretary General, the U.S. and Nigerian presidents. Prime Minister Simpson Miller will return to the island on Sunday, September 29. And finally, students involved in sports are being encouraged to place the same amount of focus on their schoolwork. Speaking at the Shelly Ann Fraser Price Pocket Rocket Foundation Awards ceremony, Education Minister Ronald Thwaites reminded the youngsters of the value of their education.
If you're going to be a good athlete, then you must make sure that your academics are in order. Not a little little 40% pass, but a creditable achievement. Yes, that's very important because long after the medals, this will make a difference.
7 students who have done well in both sport and academics received scholarships totaling $700,000. Minister with responsibility for sport, Natalie Nita Headley, who was also at the ceremony, welcomed the initiative and encouraged Mrs. Fraser Price to keep providing opportunities for students. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Caroline Brown-Thompson. Thanks for watching.